Ninja's newest gadget is $300, but it can make slushies that compete with 7-Eleven. Today I'm testing both alcoholic and non-alcoholic recipes to see how easy it is to use, how long it takes to make, and most importantly, if they taste good. But first, let's talk about assembly, which took less time than this sentence, because it came fully ready to use out of the box, aside from the drip tray, which basically just assembles onto the bottom right there and stays in place. So how easy is it to use? Let's start with our first and simplest recipe, which is just going to be a Coke slushie. It's basically one step to get this going. You just open the little top lid right here and start pouring in your ingredients that you want to slush. It even has a little strainer built in, so if it wasn't just a pure liquid, it would strain out any chunks before going in there. And then you can see on the front here, there is both a min line and a max line. You just have to go somewhere in between that, depending on how much you want to make. I'm going just above the min line with this one, which starts at 16 ounces of liquid. I think I put about 20 ounces of Coke in here. And after plugging it in, you just hit the power button. Choose which one you're doing, from a slush to a spike slush to a frap to a milkshake to frozen juice. We're gonna be making a couple of those today, but right now starting with the slush. And it starts going immediately. It's honestly not much louder than a super quiet vacuum. You can actually hear how loud it is. I'll stand up close to it. And it's probably even louder through the mic than it actually is in real life. This is a super quiet background sound, especially compared to the Creamy or some of the other Ninja gadgets. So now it says this is gonna take about 15 to 20 minutes for 1 to 2 servings of a Coke slushie. It gets up to temperature, then beeps and lets you know it's ready to dispense. So I'll be back with you guys as soon as it's ready. It's now 20 minutes later. The slushie just beeped at us, which means we're ready to dispense. Let's test it out. So a cup goes underneath here, and then you just pull this handle to dispense as you'd expect. Weirdly, it dispenses a little bit slow. It could be because we only have 20 total ounces of liquid and maybe it would be faster with more, but it's also not too bad. And there's our full glass of slushie. You can see mine came out a little bit liquidy, so there will be some to drink through a straw, but also it is definitely nice and thick slushy as well. On here, you can also adjust the temperature. So it recommends 3 bars for the slushy Coke right here, but you can go all the way up and make it even colder or less cold to make it thicker or thinner, depending on how you like it. Let's get our straw in this and actually test it out. I mean, how could it be bad? It's just a Coke slushie. For some reason, I don't really like drinking Coke that much, but I love a good Coke slushie. I don't know what it is, but this is absolutely delicious. For recipe number 2, we're making something for the adults. It's gonna be a frozen strawberry daiquiri, starting with this strawberry daiquiri mix. So we're going in with 1 2/3 cup of that strawberry daiquiri mix. That pours in first. This has so much sugar in it, but hopefully it's delicious and worth it. About 9 ounces of water to go with that. And then a 1/4 cup of white rum, or you can use another alcohol if you prefer it, but that's what we're going with here. And for this one, we're hitting our second setting, the spiked slush. This one mentions in their recipe book that it's gonna take about 30 minutes, so let's see how it goes. And this one's actually now ready early. It's been just over 20 minutes and it beeped at us, so we gotta try it out now. The wine glass is a little bit too tall to actually fit under here, so I'm gonna try and go with a little tilting and get it under just like this. And let's dispense our strawberry daiquiri. And that one actually comes out much faster than the Coke does. Not entirely sure why, but here we are, ready to drink it. Throw our straw in and give this one a shot. Oh yeah, you can't even taste the alcohol in this. It's so delicious. This is gonna be a summer favorite for sure. For recipe number 3, it's definitely dessert time. We're making a vanilla milkshake. Starting with 2.5 cups of whole milk, 1/2 cup of heavy whipping cream, 1/2 cup of sugar, and 1 tablespoon of vanilla. This gets whisked together until all the sugar is fully dissolved and all our ingredients are one. And after about a minute of whisking this up, let's get it poured into the slushie. Pouring from this container is definitely gonna be the tricky part. Hey, not too bad. And just like with our others, it is a 1-step start here of just clicking milkshake. We're jumping over frap, making our milkshake. And again, according to the recipe book, it should take about 20 minutes. I'll let you guys know when it's done. This is ready about 22 minutes later. Let's try it out. I'm super excited for this vanilla milkshake. Let's get our glass filled up. And it is a little bit runny, but I kind of like that consistency for a milkshake anyways. I'm gonna top it with a little bit of whipped cream. And now time for the ultimate taste test. Yeah, this one's getting finished. This is restaurant level vanilla milkshake. It's easily a 10 out of 10, incredibly delicious. Now I'm sure you guys are wondering about the cleaning too, and thankfully they've made it super easy. It actually has a built-in rinse cycle. So step number 1 is just to pour hot water into the top, all the way up until that max fill line, which is about 64 ounces of hot water. And then you hit the rinse cycle down there. It starts spitting it out for you, and you slowly dispense into a large container. I use a crock pot because I find it to be easiest. And it's basically doing 95% of the cleaning for you, just like that. And after that, there's just 3 pieces that you can take off and quickly wipe down. By pulling up this back handle, the big container comes right off and can just be rinsed right in the sink there. Hand wash quickly, although it's mostly clean just from the water. Piece number 2 is this blue piece right here, which again just slides right off, and you can quickly run that under some sink water with some soap. And then our final piece, piece number 3, is a drip tray, which this is all of the drippings from all 3 recipes that I made, so you don't even need to worry about this too much or too often. But you would obviously just pour out the liquid in that and wash it down quickly with some soap and water, and then rag down the rest of this super quickly. So all in all, cleanup is under 5 minutes to get it fully back clean. All 3 of the recipes that I made were absolutely delicious, and I honestly can't wait to keep using this to make more. So if you guys want to see additional recipes for protein creamies, for fraps, anything like that, let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe.